Wallahi, I heard a story when I was in my 25 years old and I'm a young man, this energy, this story helps me a lot. And I heard one story from a sheikh, he said, that Allah does not give you the ability to do the haram. This is a ni'mah. So when she came, wallahi, this is sad, but from that sheikh, I remember 25, he said, when she came, he was so happy, he makes sujood to that lady. And he died on his sajda. Wallahi, there's so many stories like this. Don't think that the look, it's not. He asked him, he doesn't ask, but that day, he asks all the time. But that day he didn't ask and starts eating until the food comes to his belly. And he says, you know what? The guy, which is his Mawla means the servants. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq has a servant, may Allah be pleased with him. The Mawla, he asked Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, you didn't ask me like every time when I get the food. He says, yeah, please, I forgot. I was busy here and here. Where do you get the food? He says, I did some sorcery, some magic, some gambling, whatever. Could be haram. And they did not pay me for a long time. But yesterday, they was happy. Sometimes somebody, you borrow the money from him. After 10 years, say, here you go, this is your money. After the guy now Muslim, I said, I took the money from them. And I bought the food and here's the food. I said, this is the food from haram? He says, yes. He starts stammering. He says, I don't want to have. What you eat, what you get. This is what goes to the mind, goes to the heart. Just to show you. So this man jump, lose his religion, make children, family. The Sahaba, when they cannot open a fortress, the siege around the city, they cannot open it and spread the word of Allah, they go. They come back next year. And they say, wow, we remember this guy who actually jumped out of the wall and he went there. They call him, Ya Fulan, Ya Ubaid. Come. He came to them. He says, Ya Fulan, what about your salat? What about your siyam? The Sahaba, they was grieve on him. The Tabi'een, actually, not the Sahaba. This is the third generation. 279 years after the Prophet, this is the third generation still there, Allahu A'lam. But anyway, they say, where is your salat? It's gone. Where is your siyam? It's gone. Where is your qiyam? It's gone. Where is your Quran that you used to memorize? He says, Wallahi, Allah caused me to forget all the Quran except one ayah. He says, what is it? He says, ربما ود الذين كفروا لو كانوا مسلمين. ربما يعني maybe they hope the disbelievers, they used to be Muslims. On this ayah talks about the kuffar on the day of judgment, when they see the blessings of Allah and they see the reward, they see the rivers, they see the people going to the Jannah and they go into the hellfire. Allah says, ربما يود الذين كفروا لو كانوا مسلمين. They hope that they are Muslim. They hope that they used to be Muslim. And now he said, that's the only ayah I can. He said, I have a lot of money now. I have children from them. Thank you so much. And he's dying like this. Another one, he used to make adhan. It was also mentioned by Ibn al-Jawzi. And it's authentic. One mu'adhin. That's why one of the etiquettes of the mu'adhin, he used to be very pious and he lowered his gaze. Especially then, they used to go above the sutuh, above the roof, to make the adhan and call Allahu Akbar. He looked, just one look, he found a woman. She's dressed the way she dressed. He came down and he knocked the door. He says, can I get you? How can I do it? She says, Anta Muslim. At that time we have dhimmi. The Muslims was successful, they was powerful, strong. So the Nasara, they pay a little bit of jizya and they live with the Muslims. So there was fitna also from there. And there was some of them Romans and stuff. They were beautiful, they good lookings and stuff. It's a fitna. And she asked him, I am Nasraniya. How could you marry me? He says, Atanassar. He says, when my father come, talk to him. The father came. He says, I want to marry your daughter. He says, you are Muslim. We are Nasara. We cannot do this. He says, I will become your religion, Nasrani. He says, yes, no problem. He become Nasrani now, lost his religion. Next day he died. Wallahi, I heard story when I was in my 25 years old and I'm a young man, this energy, this story helps me a lot. And I heard one story from a sheikh. He says there was people, 3 people. They make phone calls to 3 bad women. They come in to meet them and enjoy them. And 2 of them, they got their woman to do the haram and zina with them after the phone calls and stuff. And one of them, so only 2 women come, one of them didn't come. So he was so depressed and sad, why I didn't do haram. Allah is blessing you by not showing you this. It's a ni'mah from Allah that you cannot do haram. It's a ni'mah that Allah does not give you the ability to do the haram. It's a ni'mah. So when she came, wallahi, this is sad, but from that sheikh, I remember 25, he said when she came, he was so happy, he makes sujood to that lady. And he died on his sajda. Wallahi, there's so many stories like this. Don't think that the look, it's nothing. It goes immediately to the... So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, even the Prophet, Allah is telling the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, وَلَا تَمُدَّنَّ عَيْنَيْكَ. Do not expand your eyes to look in here and here. إِلَى مَا مَتَّعْنَا بِهِ أَزْوَاجًا مِّنْهُمْ زَهْرَةَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. What we have given to these people. We have given them this dunya, this zahra, this blossom. It's nothing, it's just the dunya. You have to, in order to preserve your eyesight, you have to know that the sight of Allah is more faster to what you see than your sight. This is one tip. When you look at something, be conscious that Allah is watching me. If you don't care, it means you have a big problem with your iman. There is another hadith, يقول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, the eyesight, not only for women, and also the women are forbidden to look at the man and on. But also I found in my study that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He says, do not expand your sight here and here, you will lose a lot and you will suffer. And you will never gain power, iman, and your body will become weak. Because you keep looking at other stuff, but you cannot get them, so you get more weakening. You become weak. They say you actually suffer more if you look than if not. You don't enjoy your wife, you don't enjoy your house. I've seen people, they have $1 million home and they are cursing it. Well, I see it with my own house, with my own eyes. That's my job. I used to go to houses and do work. And then the lady said, I hate this house. And look, the house has elevator. The house has this. And I look at the house, it's amazing. It's like, what else do you want? You want Jannah in the dunya? In my mind, what do you want? So people, why? Look at this hadith. The Prophet ﷺ mentioned it. He said, do not look in anyone above you. Don't look at the people above you. Go work hard, make money, buy something halal, is good. But don't look at other people. Don't compare yourself. The hadith actually says, لا انظروا إلى ما هو أسفل منكم. Look at the people that they are below you. انظروا, look at the word. It's an amr, it's a command. It's like from now you leave this masjid. Remember, this hadith is not from me, it's from Allah. Allah says, lower your gaze from your gaze. And the Prophet ﷺ, he said, do not look at the people above you. He says, you will never appreciate what Allah has given you. Because you're looking at the people above you. You look at the other women, there must be a woman that's more beautiful than your wife, no matter how beautiful your wife. Or for the women, if you look at other men, there is always a man with more muscles, more beauty, more height than your husband. So what happened? You look at your husband and say, what the heck is this? What is two people in jail. One of them, you don't show him food, but you give him rice, bread.